I actually have the sound thing details figured out, everything else goes wrong.
Of course.
Like, can I actually have like one thing go right for once?
At some point, we're just gonna have to add like a special blurb saying sound check in progress to these streams.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm at full snap.
It's our first segment, Zux. We gotta be honest with ourselves. This is our official first segment of every stream.
Alright, let me turn down my end because you're actually like there. Alright, check out one more time.
Sound testo, sound testo.
Okay. I'm gonna get this right one day. I promise.
But then we'd actually have to start these streams in a timely manner.
Wait, what? Hey, this is actually around the time, but you know what? At this point, I already know that straight up. Okay, at this point, I feel like we're actually
Good? Well,
how would you actually set coherent sentences just sound making sounds? That'd be nice.
that's a good point. I probably should. But nah.
That's not it. No. Okay. Okay, he's... if you get in like a couple minutes to start. Yeah. Okay, so it really is the. Right, I need to change one more thing up. Right. I think we're fine.
All right.
So it's like give me. I think basically over. Unfortunately. Alright. Yeah, I'm still just reading Psalms a bit longer.
Huh. Now I'm kind of curious about this toilet longer.
Who's the
I already found it.
there, read it, there. Okay. The only thing that's missing is I'm basically just gonna put the music on, keep the music on because it's somebody's like kind of delay the sound of the actual. Alright. I think that should be good. Good. Hey Zeus, you're okay. Nice to see you. Yeah, we're just about to start up soon, so I'm just kind of like. Here for months. Oh, your sister got married. Congratulations. Yeah, I don't know why I'm saying that. Yeah, congratulations. Alright, so I think we're almost ready to go. So yeah,
Oh, nice.
Oh no. Okay.
Yo, Zeus, you want to run this podcast? Take my place, King.
Okay. All right.
Oh, just have the floor.
Well, on that note, I guess it's time to begin.
Oh well.
Switch. Oh wait, no, that's. I don't have like an actual like. You know what? I think people like this. You know? This is good. I can barely get him on the podcast. I can barely get me on the podcast. What are you talking about? I mean, probably. There's some.
Look, I'm here every single episode. I may not be the most dependable, but I am here.
Yeah. Well,
just don't get away with me playing Super Robot Wars.
All right. So first off, disclaimer. This is gonna sound. This episode is gonna sound weird on my part, as usual, but for a different reason. Because I have to keep the fan on because I guess like the coolant in my AC is messed up or whatever's going on, so I have to actually keep a fan on because it's just like hot now. Because we were talking about, oh, Kobe's wrong. Yeah, it does sound weird because I have the fan on. Audio listeners have no idea what's going on, but yeah, basically it's just like I gotta have the fan on because it's hot as hell.
Sucks to be you, I guess.
Yeah, it does because it already like broke. Yeah, know it sounds weird. I'm also in the process of like just getting a new mic because I think this one's just kind of gone through it too much.
What mic are you using?
Yeti Nano. It's
I'll
not
get rid of that.
Yeah, it's not the best. So I'm just like, it's not the best, but like it's been with me for like good 4 years.
You know, this you're thinking,
it's also
if you think it's always sounded weird, it might just be me. And that's intentional, Zeus. Alright?
Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, that's basically why it's gonna sound weird on my end, because I have to keep the fan on to not die, because for some reason, my sounding weird version, but yeah, for some reason, Texas is not cold in winter.
Except for when it's really cold in winter. In which case, run for the hills. If you're in Houston. From what I've heard.
What you heard?
From what I've heard. Run for the hills.
Okay, so it does seem a little odd. Let me turn it down. Let me check my sound. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna start. Alright, I'm a disclaimer. So, hey everybody, Happy New Year! Welcome to episode 13. It's been 13 of these things. Jesus. Episode 13 of
we have a problem.
Gosh dang it. This is a mistake. Yes, there's 13 episodes of this. Technically, yes. Technically, yes. There's 13 episodes of this crap. I also should probably...
I don't get either, Zeus. I just don't get it.
Hold on.
13 goddamn episodes.
I think another thing that would help with the...
Good question.
What?
I know since when, Zeus. It's like an infinite loop. We're just all stuck here, collecting episodes.
This is when.
When did you start this series?
Last year, or some point early this year.
Ah, 2021. Took a long time ago.
I mean, it's at some point.
Hmm. 48 hours ago.
Not 48 hours ago. Oh yeah, it's January 1st. Stop it!
Bringing time zones here. Alright. See, I'm this friend of mine. Does mention one thing constantly. That's if she becomes ruler of the world, she will get rid of time zones. And I'm 100% behind this. Because of stuff like this. Just abolish time zones. One time order. It's a valiant cause.
There's more stuff I have to do later. Oh, there's more stuff I need to do later. Okay, great, thank you. And this is why I hate Streamlabs being so trash. This is why I hate Streamlabs being so trash, because I had all this cool stuff I was already ready to do, so
There will be some Yu-Gi-Oh talk here, Zeus. Don't worry.
It will be. Okay. Let's redo this intro.
You're never getting a non-scuffed intro out of us. Mostly out of him. Man, it's like fine.
Alright. You know what? At this point, just let's start it. Hey, we're here. It's 2022. Same shit, different day. Literally. Different year. Literally. Regardless. Literally. Whatever. Regardless. Regardless. Literally. Oh, God. That's how much I'm just tired.
You're falling apart.
I'm falling apart. And we gotta save Zeus before he watches the end of Arc V. Oh my god. Okay, but anyway, welcome y'all. It's episode 13 somehow of TCG Live Talks. I'm gonna be perfectly honest here, because I've taken so much time to fix this stuff. I haven't done the docket. That's why there's nothing here. That's why there's nothing here. It's technically episode 13. Episode 2 was lost to the ether, aka I didn't download it in time. And then there's something. But oh my.
And then there's the Lost Champ, and there's a spin-off series now.
And basically the last like 4 or 5 have been like actual like constructed episodes. Except this one. Because I spent so much time actually working on the progression series video, which by the way, that's out on YouTube. Check it out.
You know, it's troll away. Don't worry about it. Just keep trolling.
Yeah, not like anyone can see it on the screen. I'll have to do some more stuff with that later. But regardless, I spent literally the entire week trying to fix that, thanks to someone who said, let's open 6 booster packs.
Oh yeah.
No, this is okay. Technically, this is season 2, hence the addition of the more, hence the better production, if you want to call it that. AKA, I just put a GIF on the screen.
This the guidance episode.
This is the this is where the real fun begins. The real battle starts now. All right, but you know, so I don't really have the news set up as much as I do. So
the real battle starts with the Uno episode.
But yeah, so for those of you who missed it, last week, me and Zeno, first off, congrats. I made, you know, in case you missed it, because you missed it, I actually made affiliate, so yay, after 10,000 years of trying. But besides that, what happened is, me and Zeno did a podcast series on Christmas Day, in which, if you don't know what a progression series is, basically, we start at the beginning. We start at the beginning of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Like timeline of main sets, and we open a box of each thing. No, not 13 episodes. No, the podcast is 13 episodes. Episode 1 is on YouTube right now. Trust me, I'd probably go mad editing 13 episodes. Oh, sorry. But you know, so the whole thing is you open a box of a Yu-Gi-Oh set, you build a deck from it, and then you fight best 2 out of 3 and repeat the entire thing over and over again until we catch up to modern day or beyond.
And the winner receives a prize at the start of the next episode.
Oh, thanks for telling me. That would definitely help, especially with some of the other information you missed out. Regardless,
it's real-time plot development, you know. You gotta choose a plot twist. Actually happen.
So what this one decided to do was, hey, why don't we open the first six sets, build decks out of those. Fails to tell me that, oh no, we're going full unlimited and just go sicko mode where the loser bans cards.
Hell yeah.
So what proceeds to happen then, I won't spoil it for you. What proceeds to happen is hilarity.
Complete shenanigans. The likes of what only I could have predicted.
Yeah, Powder Green XP Go Bird would be nice if I had any.
Would have been nice. Man, that.
So anyway, that episode's on there. I did what I could to actually edit. AKA, I realized, oh, so this is why people go mad with editing.
Yeah.
Hot damn. It took a while to cut through. It takes a while to cut through these streams. Imagine having to get through yours and mine. And like actually like carving in. Then I had to add in, like, I had to do all the primer stuff. I had to do screens, I had to do music, etc. Get the screenshots, whatever. By the way, next week we should do episode 2. So be prepared for that. Alright, so
Episode 2 should be fun. Or terrible.
Oh, it's gonna be yes. The answer is yes. It's gonna be yes. So,
yes.
So that's kind of like the update going on. I'm also going to finally start the process of working on the. Okay, so I have like one thing I'm kind of like confused on, which is like, what do I want to do? Do I want to do I want to do a retrospective on the Vanguard anime. One that's not a certain
Saturday dues. 7 days from now. Episode 2.
Yeah, we'll live stream episode 2, and then the edited down version will be on YouTube, I guess Wednesday. Sometime Wednesday. I don't know when, because I only got Wednesday last time was because it took like 10,000 years because we opened up 6 sets, and it was my first time doing a hard editing job like that. But
and next time will be only 3 sets.
Yay!
We gotta get to the fun stuff fast, man. You know it.
And I know what's in those sets. I did research.
Same here. Episode 3 is when the real fun begins.
So, like, back to what I was trying to say. Yeah, you can watch her live. You can watch her live and watch as I writhe in pain while Darren pulls all the good cards.
There's no evidence of that happening. They have a terrible card opening log.
Go watch this opening sections and tell me. And look at mine and say what the heck's going on here. And tell me who won that pack opening.
You did, clearly. And from my point of view.
Alright, regardless. Next kind of topic, like I was talking about this beforehand, but I was like, you know, I want to do a anime like discussion, like an anime breakdown of V, because I'm like, you know what, that sounds pretty interesting. But then I realized, like, oh wait, no, I might have to go back and deal with the original because of If. And I'm like, oh jeez. Am I gonna have to really watch 164 episodes of Vanguard again?
See, here's what you do, alright? I'm gonna do a solid, alright?
What?
Watch every other episode of the original Vanguard anime instead, because chances are you'll still be in the exact same card fight.
Oh boy. I hate that you're not wrong. Alright, so
Or just watch it like double speed.
I might just do
1x speed.
I might just do the first 50 episodes, then start with You know what? No, I'm just gonna do the first 50 episodes and see if anyone actually cares. At that point, it's simply Legion Mate for you and just skip it. No, the unfortunate thing is Legion Mate actually might be more important now, but that's a different. That's a different thing for another day because if did some shenanigans. But yeah, that's my idea.
I think Age of Circle is the only season untouched by F. Hilariously enough.
Well, that's because If was basically a redo of Legion Mate. It didn't need to touch it; it replaced it. Like, let's be honest here.
Not me, Age of Circuit. Like,
well, that's for a different day, and that's for content not for this podcast. So, news, and that news is I got no idea, but I know there's one big thing. There actually is one big thing, straight up. So there's one big thing we need to talk about, and that is was it episode 8? It was episode 6 or episode 8 when I had you on the first time. And we talked about the state of Gate Ruler at that point, right?
We also talked about it in episode 12.
Well, yeah, but we didn't have that much information.
We'll go in chronological order, alright.
Yeah, so basically what happened was in that episode we talked about the creator of Gate Ruler, Ikeda, actually getting basically fired from his job of running the game. Everyone in the higher ups basically got let go, pretty much.
Correct.
And they went under new management and got a new development team. And that was right before. Was that right before set 3?
Yeah, right before.
Yeah, that was right before set 3 now released.
No, it's like a month or two before it released. Like, it was after it got announced. Yeah.
So, yeah, that happened.
Cycle.
Yeah, Gate Ruler's another card game. It is currently on its 3rd set, but the problem is because of all the it's a lot, because what happened was a lot of to say that how do I say this? You know that meme of
Gate Roller in a JoJo season.
Let's just hold on. How do you say this? Have you seen that meme of Have you seen the meme of This is kind of oh, it's so hard because I can't really. It's hard because I have to basically give it a spoiler warning for Spider-Man at this point. But
I've seen a Community where they just walk into the apartment building with the pizza and everything's on fire.
Well, yeah, that's true, but I'm more so it's kind of okay, so spoilers for Spider-Man No Way Home. Slight spoilers because I can't get through it. So I saw this image when the movie came out, and it's a slight thing. So basically, it was a list of all of the Green Goblin's crimes, right? And it was murder, attempted mass murder, jaywalking, all this crap that they did. And the actual tweet was Aunt May and Peter thought they could reform this. And that was basically set 2 with Ikeda for Gate Ruler. It was literally the Green Goblins. They were nah, we can fix him. And then they got all sued. And they were nah, we gotta get rid of you. That's basically what it was. Yeah. It's nah, you thought you could fix this? And it just became a hot mess. Yeah, jaywalking is crazy.
Jaywalking is the worst of these. Let's be honest, people.
So it's like this. So set 3, they got rid of Ikeda, and they released set 3, and set 3 sold the worst out of all of them. And we had no news for pretty much. They said it. They said it in what we're about to talk about. They said set 3 just didn't sell well.
Stop jaywalking. Hey, stop jaywalking, alright?
Yeah.
This is an anti-jaywalking podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, you demon.
We respect our traffic laws here.
But okay, so that's basically what happened to catch up to speed with set 3. Set 3 was considered like really good, but because of all the BS with Ikeda, because of all the issues because of the giant tire fire surrounding the entire game, it started to fall off.
The game.
Yeah, stores started dropping the game. It started to fall off, and that brings us. And we had no L plus ratio and Digimon better. But that happened. So that brings us to today.
We gotta get episode 12 first.
Well, episode
12.
Episode 12 was basically, we're getting Gate Ruler news for set 4.
We're in episode 12. We're ripping the game off completely. Said, look, this game is dead. And there's no news for the next week. We can write this game off completely.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did that in the timeline issue.
We're in the tier list. Yeah.
The tier list. That's right. Also, go watch that.
I said, if there's no news, this game is dead. Write it off.
Yeah, and we got news on Christmas. Was it Christmas Day? We got news that hey, on Monday we got news for set 4 details. And it's like, it's like, wow, we're actually gonna get set 4 news. Now we have a timeline of what's gonna happen. And well, things happened.
And then the title of that article immediately dropped every single expectation and hope I had for the rest of 2022.
Well, we'll talk about it in just a second. So we have the TLDR of the list on Gay Realize, and we have the official site's translation based on Google. So so set 4 is called Installation You Are a Hero. And it talks about the return of Ikeda and why. So
I'm back.
So first off, yes, this is a very, very cute anime. Let's keep that in there. So we're gonna read from the top here. Sorry to keep you waiting. Introducing the 4th Gate Ruler. The 4th Gate Ruler booster is not the product developed by an external designer that was previously announced, but a sequel to the one developed by the manager of Vikechi. I will explain the reason for this in this text. Product specifications are more detailed information will be announced again after product information to distributors is scheduled for mid-January. In the 4th installation, You Are a Hero, 3 new deck types will be introduced as evolutions and power-ups of existing attributes and tactics. Even users started with this bullet can quickly build a deck of sufficient strength. That's basically it.
There was a set 3 that happened, but then it didn't release. But it's a sequel to that set 3 we never got.
Basically. It's going to be delayed and so we go back to the Gate Realize thing. Second half of January. 3 new deck types. Superhero Power Defense Superhero Power Defense Beatdown. Key card Smash Hero Uppercutter. I guess this is it right here. Superheroes are getting a new ability called Equip that puts units on your ruler, aka Ride/Transform from Buddy Fight. Easy to play deck fit for the newcomer.
I'm gonna say something about Gate Realize right now.
Okay.
Real quick. They need to get off of Buddy Fight. Straight, outright. D- Don't like they can just hop off Buddy Fight. Like they are riding that game to the grave. Like even a kid is like, all right, I can stop mentioning Buddy Fight for like 5 days. I can do that.
Oh, well, speaking of which,
No, it's just-
the second deck is called Life Control for the new attribute Deep, which is also a attribute from Buddy Fight. Key
That's
card.
the funny thing. Go to the Google Translate article real quick. Like scroll real quick to their description in the article.
Okay. This one?
Yep.
The Army of Life Playing People, Death Shadow.
It's Shadow.
Yes.
Completely different kanji from the one Gate Realize uses. They literally can't get off a Buddy Fight so hard they purposefully misread the kanji just to make a Buddy Fight reference for a completely different deck.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Gate Ruler needs to get off it, not Gate Realize.
No. I was sorry entire time about Gate Realize, sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try not to mention Buddy Fight Challenge. Alright. Continue.
Alright, so down back to the page. Key card, the Counter, Fellow Dragon Quadrich of Death. Control both players' damage zone. You not only heal, but also deal damage to yourself. Max out the use of DRs. Has a lot of freedom of choice.
So to explain DRs really quick, for the uninitiated, talking to Uzex.
Okay.
Counter Blast.
Yeah, I know what DR was.
Yeah,
I played Gate Ruler.
When?
Okay, so because set 3 took so long to release here in like the West, like most of my locals like picked up Gate Ruler.
Alright.
So I had no choice but at least get a deck and like, okay, I'll at least try it.
I'll play against you on Tabletop Simulator, just saying. Anyway.
Alright, so number 3 is Respond with Regulate and Martial Skills. Key card, Imul, Battle Princess of Star Sword. Use the weakness of other decks for your advantage. Regulate is turning one unit into 2 of them, being played in tandem with Genesis Summoning and Sentinel Summoning. Complex deck for players to enjoy chains of special summons.
It's a Yu-Gi-Oh deck for Yu-Gi-Oh players.
Hey, this is a deck Zeus Links.
Yeah.
Got cute waifu, got Yu-Gi-Oh mechanics. Shoot, let's get it. Alright, so there's also more support for other decks. A7 is getting all their members, and Alice is getting 3 new forms. Debut of new.
There's already like 3 or 4 Alice cards in the game right now. We don't need another 3 Alices.
Debut of a new Prime Knot score. A certain attribute is getting a lot of cards at once, finally able to form a fun deck. New set of combination robots like Maseroi and Daijinki, and more.
I'm calling that new attribute is probably going to be something silly like, it's either going to be Shark or VTuber. It's one of those two. Because both of them only have like 2 or 3 cards, and VTuber only has 1 card. Shark has 3, and you're not exactly a deck right now. It's probably Sharks.
Oh, we'll
Just
see
saying.
that. But that ain't what we're here for.
It's like Beast and Shark are semi 2 different attributes, which makes no sense.
Huh.
But yeah.
Okay. Alright, so we move to that. There's the artwork right there. Really actually, I like it. Even artwork there. So there's a lot to go over on this one. So I'm gonna use the Gate Realize translation here. So on the Ikeda stuff. Okay. So, 1. Ikeda has apologized to Dayu, which is the company that makes Great Ruler, for the inconveniences and harm he made to them and to the game. At the same time, a person who made a lot of slanderous remarks to Ikeda and Gate Ruler has apologized too. The conflict is resolved. Ikeda will make a public apology soon. There's the editor's note. The second point was about how the new team that was brought in to continue development of Gate Ruler. However, at the moment, there are contradictory accounts of what exactly happened with the second team, and so we will not be reporting on it, at least until the situation is clarified. Oh yeah, there's that too.
Fun fact.
We'll go to the. Yeah, here's the second point right here. But go on. All right, yep.
Like, I mean, I don't want to like slam Gate Rulers or anything, but they're completely on the side of Ikeda with what he said on point 2. They know where they stand.
I'm either going to
they're gonna find me at some point after this video.
You can stand the heat. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay, so let's talk about what number 2 was there. Number 2, a trouble has occurred with the production company that outsourced development. We have announced that the development of Gate will be carried out under a new system after the 4th set. We received an enthusiastic appeal from the production company that outsourced the development, hereinafter referred to as the other party. I want to make a Gate Ruler even if it's free. We were in the process of development. However, since we were actually starting a new system outsourced to the other party, various deliverables necessary for production, such as specifications, have not been submitted, and we have only responded to questions, correction requests, and suggestions for product content. The situation continued. As a result, cooperation with related companies did not go well, and conflicts occurred frequently. We also received a request for development budget proposed in the contract, which greatly exceeded our expectations. At first, they offered to make it for free, but if they continued development, they could claim the copyright after it was released and be charged a huge original fee. The possibility that the copyright was intended to be strengthened could not be ignored, because the amendment proposal from here was stubbornly ignored. Due to the above problems, we decided to abandon the development by the other party. After presenting the payment of the reward up to that point, we stopped the development of the 4th and subsequent products by the other party. That's what set the second thing was talking about.
Can I just say how unprofessional this is in general? To put all that stuff in an article? I'm making a ton of claims. In an official statement, you're making a ton of claims about another party. It's just asking for trouble.
Are you talking about the Gate Ruler article?
The Gate Ruler article.
Okay.
Like, they're saying a ton of stuff about another party, another company. It's like,
you know, you were right about that, because it's like, why are you telling us this? Like,
but
just
don't air the
like
laundry.
I understand the issue is pretty much like, okay, here's why we had to start the process of getting this man back. It's like things were just that
some
bad.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, due to like, you know, I appreciate them being honest, in air quotes, of hey, we need to like actually like get something taken care of. So, and this is not working. At this point, we could lose the copyright for set 4, and shenanigans could happen. I think it's better if we try and like rebuild the bridge. And this is, you know, what happens. Like, that's all well and good, but you shouldn't have told us and exposed that information. Because if that was like a breach of NDA, you and the other party had, that gives them the right to sue you, and they get the copyright anyway.
Accurate.
Which is correct, because wait, aren't they actually suing?
Yes. The group legitimately got the Insta drop right after the Gate Ruler article was released, putting out their own statement, claiming bullshit on the entire segment, and they are now suing Gate Ruler again. Like, all right. They came out fast.
It just, it's like, even when the brother wins, he loses.
I would call this situation winning.
I mean, he kind of wins in terms of like he gets his game back, and he, received. As it says earlier, he received it says here like he received medical treatment, and he's stable. Right. So it's like he got him some help, and got him some mental health problems. Fix that up. Yeah. It's like he's better. He's stable.
Right. That's a victory.
Right, so it's like, and then he comes back and he's out to work on his game again. So I say that's why, like, when he's winning, he's still losing because now he's also being sued.
Yeah, you know what's fun? You know what's really funny, but also kind of disturbing in the same way context? Some people actually found out the psychiatrist Ikeda went to.
What the?
He found and he got a ton of 1-star reviews from saying the place was terrible.
Before or after they found it?
From before.
Oh boy. Yeah, I got nothing. I really don't have anything here. I got nothing. I'm at this point.
Gabriel related is its own micro story.
This is the best TCG anime of 2021, and it's now starting to like actually trying to like come in at the last second to take. And now starting off 2022, trying to be anime of the year and beat out Attack on Titan. It's like Attack on Titan could be the best anime of the year. Gate Ruler, hold my beer.
It's like, oh man, Bill Divide and an overdress ended. Oh well, I'm just gonna swoosh right in.
We'll get to that. Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
Oh man. But yeah, that's it. That's point 2.
Yeah.
Point 3. After Ikeda left, Gayu receiving a lot of messages asking to turn Ikeda, or at least let him do the world setting or the lore. A lot of people were saying that they were playing Game Ruler because it was Ikeda's game.
And I'm calling complete bullshit on this. Considering Ikeda's one who wrote the article.
Say that he did that?
He wrote the Game Ruler article. Yes.
So he wrote this.
Yes.
It'd be nice to have like his actual like signature on
it. It would be, but I mean, in either case, do we honestly want to believe that? Yeah, we got a ton of letters saying that everyone wants Ikeda back, so let's bring Ikeda back. Yeah. All right.
So, allegedly, if Ikeda allegedly did write the article, I don't know. Now it's kind of like, I don't know about that.
Okay. Allegedly, the following statements made by me 5 seconds ago were not intended as malicious slander against Gate Ruler, Ikeda, or Dayu the company. Please do not sue me.
Moving on.
I'm just saying what Japan's doing. Everyone in Japan has the same disclaimer.
Alright. More to that. Set 2 and Set 3 sales dropped drastically. Wonder why. Less shops were carrying Gate Ruler, and community engagement lowered. Dayu believes one of the key reasons is that Ikeda leaving the project. So Dayu decided to bring Ikeda back, believing that it is going to be better for the game this way. Dayu understands the consequences of this decision. And the whole thing is Set 4 is fully finished and will be released eventually, even if with a delay. Gate Ruler will be back to mini Grand Prix series in the future, and a big Grand Prix will be held eventually. Moreover, community contests like create a name for a card and create a card setting will be held again as well. The game's motto for this period is bring back the heat that Set 1 had.
Before Kidani got the instant drop with his own lawsuit.
Yes, that's
I
right
love these
here. You gain the
lawyers.
heat at the time of the first release. You will make a big
I
thing.
want to. These party game lawyers are actually kind of crazy good at their jobs.
Makes you say that.
It took less than 24 hours before the pre-release, after the pre-release of Gate Roller for Ikeda to get sued. It took less than 24 hours for Ikeda to get sued now, again.
Hey, they need to hustle, like, right? Like, when do you really get a what lawyer has like, oh man, we can actually sue a competitor? Like,
Right?
when is that rare? That's very, to me, that seems very rare in this day and age.
It's the golden goose.
All right, so let's talk about it here. Before we get to Ikeda's apology, the translation, what do you think about this? And be honest as much as you want.
You know, if I didn't say months ago that I would be following Gate Roller until it dies, this would be the point where I put on my hat and trench coat and walk out.
That's it? You said, all right, my head out. You would have spun. You just going, after all this time, you just gonna do the SpongeBob meme now?
This would be the exact moment I do.
You
If I
stick it
wasn't
out,
right-
coward.
I know. I said months ago, I'm ride or die. I'm riding this game until it dies. So I'm stuck here sticking it out. If I was anyone but me, I'm a head out. Because between this article, the apology, and everything that came out afterwards said by this guy, I'd be done. Like, unless I was actually wearing my Pope robes and celebrating Ikeda like some religious figure, like some certain other content creators, I see the writing on the wall here. Unlike some other content creators.
I
When
don't.
EF Skate Roller is continuing, it's basically a zombie at this point. It is practically in a zombie mode. We're probably wish it was dead. Instead of having to deal with round 2.5, stage 11 of the Ikeda Rodeo.
Okay, that's interesting, especially since you want us to now get hated by everybody. Eventually you're going to call out Solemn Vanguard.
I haven't already?
We'll get to that.
I know I called out W slash already. I've called you out. I've called out everyone who does deck profiles.
Well, here's the thing. We don't get views on this podcast. I don't know. No one's gonna
I'm
really
just
like
saying,
come through and be like, "Hey, Solemn, did you see this?" And Solemn,
all I'm
man, I wish you
saying
could
is
do
if
it.
someone were to suddenly show up who was watching this or clip something in context,
Like this.
we get views entirely from people trying to call us out on my own bullshit.
Like this is.
In which case, I would have become the Ikeda.
Like this
The
is.
roundabout way of irony.
You know what? This is literally what everybody who would probably like, oh, did you hear about this podcast calling you out? And this would literally be Solemn, frame 1.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, no, that is pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
Who gives a crap? So All right, so I'm just like, I think you've been as honest as it, right? You haven't been there, but basically, to my opinion, it doesn't matter. It really does not matter. Here's why. You could have Ikeda back. You could not bring Ikeda back. You could have stayed with those other people and found some way to fix things out. You could have found a new company to take words. You can find another group to like design cards. You could even like probably like, hey, you know what, Bushiroad, we got rid of Ikeda. You want to help us out? We'll get to Bushi in a second, because ironically, all the news we had for this week that I was thinking of putting in the docket, it all correlates back to this in some weird way. It was like Bushiroad, like, hey, we got rid of Ikeda. You wanna like help us out here and get a team, please? Like it didn't matter. And here's why. There's a lot of, because I don't care who's producing a game, making a game, etc. If the game literally cannot, if the game how do I say this? From the outside looking in, I know the game like set 3 is like people's like favorite set so far.
Yep.
But no one's playing in Japan. According to the article, I think. Hold on, can I find it right here?
There were some players in Japan. The issue is
oh, it's in the second article.
This section has parts.
Yeah, there's a second article. So we can get to that. You know what? Before we talk about my thoughts, let's actually get back to the set 5 and onwards. All right, so going on Gate Ruler as his translation. The main points: Gate Ruler will continue into the 5th set and beyond. It has been decided that the countermeasure for antis are necessary, but will be left to a professional. The English version is doing well, and the Chinese version is planned to release in 2022. So the previous management had planned to discontinue Gate Ruler after the 4th set, with the biggest reasoning being the fire surrounding Gate Ruler is not just inherent criticism, but also slanderous defamation, which piggybacks off of honest users with real criticism. In such a situation, it is difficult to respond in good faith, and so there's no expectation of an increase of sales in Japan. In order to prevent this cancellation, Ikeda brought back the remaining 50% of shares for Dayu from Daiko Printing, and the game will now continue to be produced into the 5th set and beyond. While Dayu will continue to listen to community feedback, as Ikeda is now both the game creator and the 100% owner, they will not be able to listen to feedback that says to get rid of Ikeda. In regards to the let me continue. In regards to the countermeasures for antis, Dayu has gotten in contact with a specialized law firm to handle investigation response work. They do not intend to bring such a situation into legal proceedings suddenly and immediately, but to inquire into the intent so as to not catch honest users in the crossfire. I heard myself. And only proceed further in the case of no response or dishonest behavior. The company will need to shrink and will become an indie creator, though it was like that at the start too. Ikeda will turn to being at the forefront of public relations, like at the beginning, but he says it will be with improvements. Gate Ruler is doing well overseas, and in fact, the English version is performing several times better than the Japanese version. Because of that, the English version will naturally continue, and the Chinese version will be released in early 2022. In fact, Gate Ruler will be able to continue off of just the overseas sales, and the Japanese version isn't strictly necessary, But since Ikeda wants to get back to the Japanese TCG community that raised him, and because he can't speak English and needs a Japanese version to be able to play with Japanese players, the Japanese version will continue. The hope is that if Gabriel can continue as an indie for a few years, it might be able to move past the current fire and become big one day. One last note, also like an editor's note, the second art featured in the article is stated to be a new Alice that will appear in set 5, but also that we noticed when downloading the image that the file name is Alice in Wonderverse, which has a fairly obvious implication. This is the Alice in Wonderverse, and I should get the
There's no enlarged version.
Yeah, it's basically this one right here. So yeah, this is Alice in set 5? Or is it set 4?
4.
Oh, set 5. No, this is supposed to be set 5.
That's odd.
This is set 5 Alice. So we know
we're getting three new Alice's in set 4. But here's another new Alice for set 5.
Alright, so
we have an Alice problem.
Yep, Alice is the blaster blade of game.
Yeah. I have one question after reading this summary.
Alright.
Is Ikeda's new law firm as good as a psychiatrist?
Oh.
He's not picking the best people.
I'm just saying, at the very least, they made the right decision of, hey, we probably shouldn't just like have probably should just have like random people just take care of this for us all the time.
Yeah. I mean, we've already seen what this new specialized law firm has been up to recently.
Have we?
Yeah.
And
one major case in particular.
What? Which is
sending very strongly worded threats to various content creators, threatening them to chill on the gay roller talk or face their legal might.
What?
Yeah. They sent something out to the biggest gay roller content creator in Japan and said, dude, you need to stop with your videos. You're like bordering on being an NT. Stop now or we will be forced to sue you. And so he just, fine, I quit. I'm not doing more gay roller content. I'm done. I'm out. I've deleted all my gay roller content. Get away from me, lawyers.
Okay. So I'm gonna continue with my thing of this doesn't matter. The gay ruler coming back does not matter. And this is why. Because if they can't fix, there's so much stuff to fix with this freaking game, this company, the situation.
It's
like,
Clown World.
It's a mess. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have a kid and he makes some fire sets. It doesn't matter if, you know, you had some god tier like writer to this. It doesn't matter that you have a team that can actually set this up, right? Like, good for you. Good for you that you decided to do this. The problem is that it no longer matters because I am confident that Ikeda is going to basically, that while I know Ikeda is basically going to do everything he can to make sure this game stays alive as long as possible.
But do we want it alive at this point? If this is what it's gonna look like.
Like, you're gonna have to show me that you got your act together and that this game is actually going to survive off the merits of not just it, but also its gameplay. And
you.
Listen, if the Chinese, your only hope is that the Chinese version pops off. Because yeah, English is enough to sustain, but how much longer do you really have that?
Like, people keep telling me that the gate roller audience is non-TCG player. But the game looks SL. But apparently, every English gate roller player is buying from literally everywhere, every other website.
Well, yeah, because it took how long to get gate roller on TCG player? Like set 2. It took set 2.
No, it's on their set 1.
Yeah, but it took a while to get there.
True.
But that being said, like, I had someone checked up on me on this. Is like, if some of your, but like no one was buying from TCG Player, and keep this in mind, TCG Player is pretty much one of the biggest sites, not the end all be all, but it's pretty much the big one for selling and buying trading cards that isn't eBay or some other like specific like market in like Europe, like card market, right?
Right.
So if you aren't showing sales there, people are going to think this is a dead game.
Right.
So yeah, if set 2 3 sales keep set 4 and set 5 keep declining, like China is your only hope. China has to love gate ruler to not like bankrupt Ikeda beyond belief. That's why I say it doesn't matter, because it's no longer in Ikeda's hand. It's no longer in the player's hand, because the situation is so messy. Like they have to go and ask. They have to literally pray China likes them, which most every company is doing right now. But
I mean, I'll be honest. Gate Roller's prospects in China are actually probably pretty good.
I can see that, which is also why I see like the TCG like market probably is like gonna be like popping off over there soon, considering like Bushiroad finally made a Chinese version of overdress.
I can't believe Kidani and Ikeda are really going to be taking their conflict all the way to China for the final battle.
That finale gonna be wild.
What kind of martial arts film are we walking into?
Again, like Kidani's just like finally like saying, "Hey, we got Vanguard in China," and it's like, you see like, Gate Ruler's back with Ikeda, and they're making a Chinese version, and Kidani's just literally like, "Bitch, how dare you still live?"
We're selling this at the Kumite.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew what the Chinese TCG team like. I just know it's like we never really hear anything about the Chinese TCG scene.
We never hear anything about the Chinese TCG scene.
Like we know like League of Legends pop in there, like all this other stuff is there, but we never hear anything about the Chinese scene, which is odd. So it's like that's definitely like an untapped market if you think about it.
Fun fact about Chinese TCGs.
What?
There's another card game launching a Chinese version,
and that is
Flesh and Blood.
Oh god.
We're really about to have the Romance of the Three Kingdoms card game edition is happening. Gate Roller versus Vanguard versus Flesh and Blood.
This is gonna be hell. This is going forward.
God.
But yeah, it's a lot of details there, and that's my kind of like thoughts on this. Like I don't know if it's worth it anymore. Like things have gotten so bad that games that had nothing to do with Gate Ruler got caught in the crossfire. AKA Alice NoGame, which
God damn.
Oh man, I feel
that game now. God,
it's like that game got clapped by just breathing. The game got clapped by saying a word that was like, no wait, Ikeda said that word. It's him. Get that motherfucker.
Like damn. I'm sorry, man. I feel sorry for all this.
Like, you were like waiting for you were part of it too. You were like, man, I want this game to fail so bad.
I am sorry, Alice No Game. I am sorry.
Too late. They probably. I need to see where that Alice game is because like they probably like failed their. They probably failed the actual thing.
Let me check it actually. Oh man. They're still hanging at 55% with 12 days remaining.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's bad.
That's gonna be tight.
I think they only have like 80, only 87 people have Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, that game pretty much is like gonna shut down. That game might not even make it to market because it was just.
They already said if we don't get funded, we're not releasing it.
It's like by not even by association, by unironic wording, it just ended up becoming
another victim.
Yeah, just became another victim. Like that's how bad the situation is at this point.
Yeah. Be brave. It's probably Ikeda. It depends at right now.
I feel really bad for Alice No Game because it will fail because it got harassed so hard and it's negative like things there. So we won't even see if that game's actually kind of keynote.
Right.
Though to be fair, it launched into a market that's too saturated. Which brings me to my other point.
The boxes look kind of nice, though. I'm not gonna lie.
They do. So I'll say this like, hey, I'll say this right now. If anyone hears this, I'll just more so there. Alice No Game is not related to Ikeda anyway. So if you want to look up that game and actually give it an actual like a chance to look at it, and maybe if you want to support it or not, this is not like this is kind of a plug, but not like I'm paid to say this. But I'm saying this more so as like if you to help. Yeah, I'll drop a link. I'll probably drop one in the comment section too. Because like if you want to like actually like give Alice No Game an actual like honest look, please do. And if you want to support it or not, I know it's probably the JP primarily, but like if you want to support it or not, because it was
just to check it out.
It was an innocent game in this unholy crossfire. Just check it out. That's cool. At least just check it out, right? And spread the word if you want. So, that also leads me to the other thing I was going to transition into, which is even if Gatewiller gets his stuff together, all the other games around have leveled up. Like, let's just take. We just literally just did a whole like TCG tier list. So let's just talk about this. Digimon's still popular. Pokemon is Pokemon.
Build Divide came out swinging.
Build Divide actually came through swinging and is prepped to do set 3 and set 4. And it had a really like strong conclusion. Another foreshadowing. But Vanguard had basically a legendary like high tier set with set 4, which like people were calling it as like the Reiwa era awakening of Twin Blades, aka the BBTO5, the original BTO5, which
set that changed everything.
The set that changed everything so hard, they had to basically restrict a bunch of cards. They had to restrict all 3 clans in that sentence. All they use like the high tier clans in that set in some way, and had to restructure release schedules in English. Now, granted, that's not gonna happen this time,
because instead of breaking a lot of stuff, you kind of fixed the game with DBTO4.
Yeah, DBTO4 is just a really good set.
Even Overlord's getting WGP wins.
Like I looked at right, it's like you just take a look at those prices for like DBTO4 and it's like, geez.
The set's already sold out.
Yeah, the set sold out. And they announced the new reprint. They announced they're reprinting it. So that's like already just like a damn.
Everyone came out for this one.
Yeah, it's like, and it's like there's like only like 5, like in a set of 15 triple R's, there are only like really like 6 or 7 that are low rarity. They're like 500 yen.
Yeah.
So like when most of your like, because like all Dragon Empire is a hit, all of Seraph Snow is the highest priced. Bastion's good. Like all the things there. Like it's a really good set. It's a really good set. It's like the best set to set 1. Probably like the best set even been since then. Is set 4, 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. And then yeah, it comes down to like, that set is really good. It kind of retroactively fixed a lot of the issues, but the issues now, like what happens now?
Right.
Like do
you
we
guys can get them? Everything's good for every other game.
Like how are we gonna like restrict some cards in the future, or are we gonna do like the buddy fight, like what they did with Vanguard and Vanguard, like they did with Time Leap in Gear Chronicle, where Time Leap was so powerful you had to basically just like phase it out with new stuff entirely. Like it's still the same. It's the same deck with the same like characters, but you've changed the mechanics and how it works. Right.
I mean, they did it with the Asia Circuit. They did it with Buddy Fight after season 2.
I mean, they did it with Ace, right? They did it with Ace because once the anime aired, they did do
Dragon Knight, whatever it's called.
The Dragon Knights, the G boost. I mean the G like fusion or whatever.
G boost was crazy.
It's like they can do that. I just it's kind of just weird. It's like, well, how do we? It's like it's interesting to see how that goes. Now, that could be like a segment on its own. It's like, okay, well, we got a set 4.
I mean, it's kind of weird. I think we'll get into that later.
But yeah, it's like build divides popping, Pokemon still popping. Yu-Gi-Oh is about to get Master Duel.
Master was like that looming specter over the entire TCG industry. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's about to pull up on it so hard. And then
Shadowverse is about to enter the ring physically.
Transition. And this is why I said all this news connects, because
it's all
at the end of the WGP for Shadowverse, they announced, and this is the actual trailer, a IRL TCG for Shadowverse called Shadowverse Evolve. And it is a co-collab between Cygames and Bushiroad.
Oh no!
Like, who is like? I don't know what's going on anymore at this point. So now we've got the 4th game, which is Shadowverse Evolve for Bushiroad after Vanguard, Weiss, and Rebirth. Now we've got Shadowverse.
You gotta think about it. Cygames cross Bushiroad is an idea so dangerous, so extreme, so antithetical to any smart business decision for consumers to buy into. This might possibly actually be amazing until gangbusters. From the complete insanity that we should not be doing this at all.
It's just is wild to me, especially after like what happened with Mori, right? He came from Cygames, got to Bushiroad, and then left Bushiroad literally like a month ago. Not even a month ago. 3 weeks ago. Almost a whole month again.
Yeah. And like a week or two later, bam.
It was like, dang. It's just crazy.
Coincidence? I think not.
At this point, I don't think not either.
Like, we already know Bushiroad spies are a thing. And have been for a while.
This is crazy. Holy hell.
We've hit peak clown world. Card games.
This anime is wild and yeah. So now you have Cygames Bushiroad, Shadowverse Evolve. I don't know if it's gonna come to the West or not.
Probably will. It's Cygames.
It probably will, but then again, Grand Blue Fantasy ain't in the West.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
I don't count a machine translated browser game as an actual release if it's not on the actual app stores, my brother. It doesn't count, and I'm not counting the other spin-offs, like Grand Blue Fantasy Versus and Relink. I'm not counting that. And let's get off this before I go into another rant.
All right, Mr. Hair Splitter.
I'm just saying, like, come on, man.
Point being, Cygames is not unknown to releasing as much of their stuff as possible in English, unless its name is Uma Musume.
Don't ever speak to me about that game.
Same night that your gacha game died, Uma Musume.
We almost got Ragnar. We were so close.
Look, even Fake Grand Order died to it.
No, Fake Grand Order didn't die. Oh,
it took some hits.
Screw you.
Grand Order took some hits.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like Dark Order basically being a Grand Order clone.
No.
Well, don't worry,
Uma Musume also.
Don't worry, they got Neo.
Like the horse girl sucked Fate.
Well, don't worry, they got Nero Chaos now, so they can add Tsukihime characters. That's gonna add up when that Alco banner hit. Got Alco, CL, and Arc banner.
But like, let's be honest.
Echo Haku Van go crazy.
Can anyone compete with Cygames with their seemingly infinite amount of money? Like, who's funding this company?
I don't know, but they're definitely making some money there. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
MetaZoo's getting the Walmart deal. As if we wanted to keep adding to the what is happening in this industry Sunday.
What, did something else break or?
No, like MetaZoo getting into physical TCG stores. I mean like big box stores.
Alright.
That's just, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ikeda's at fault for all of this.
Okay. Yeah, like that's what I'm just like. At this point, it's like now even Shadowverse is making a game. Like, I don't know if Game Ruler can survive by itself anymore. It needs external things to go wrong. Like, kind of ironically, the same for like what happened with Digimon, which was like Digimon appeared at the right place at the right time. Like, you need a right place, right time moment to go right for you with a Gate Ruler.
All I think is what the Gate Ruler needs right now It's for Ikeda to find all 7 Millennium items, go to Egypt, assemble them, go out, get the Dragon Balls, get a Shenron, and ask for every other game to sync. Because he's not wishing for Garo to be better. That's not happening.
That I
Get
cannot
everything.
do. That is beyond my power. Okay. That's pretty much all the news we had. I'm not gonna front. I literally said like straight up like
This the rest of Gate Roller episode. And that's fine.
yeah. We give episodes. We will take a short break and be right back, and we'll talk about anime.
Yay! Something that's gonna be less depressing. Yeah.
Yep. All right, we'll be right back, everyone. All right. Hey, we're back. And it's time for the second segment of the show. Is the anime discussion time. And we've got a pretty big one this time because we have two animes that actually, we have both Build a Ride and Overdress, which actually had their season finales that popped off fairly recently. AKA
Back to back, basically.
like literally like right in the middle of the show.
Yep.
And you know, I was kind of sad because I was really feeling like pretty sick when the Overdress finale aired. So I was like, I can't just like boot up the thing and just like actually watch it. My interest had peaked, and I'm like, I gotta watch it now. But I can't get on the stream and watch it with everybody. So I apologize. I had said that would be what we did one day, and we didn't do it, unfortunately. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how do I say it? We're going to talk about both shows, obviously, but it's more so like, how are we going to like format this? I think we're going to go as usual, Build a Ride going first, then Overdress, but they're both going to be pretty like decent chunks, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with Build a Ride, which pretty much is the final fight between Teruto and Kika. And yeah. That's true. All I can say is like, yeah.
What's the fight?
It was a cool fight. I'm like pretty nice everything. Yeah, pretty much we're on like the last episode. We're on episode 12. And I really did enjoy how the episode ended. It didn't end with like a bunch of new things. It was okay, Teruto put in Iora into his deck, aka Sakura's main ace and Kika's old ace. And finished it off. And I'm like, that's nice. No, like,
you know what's interesting about that, actually?
What?
That really likes? That crazy situation you had to deal with at the start of the episode, end of the previous one. They actually revealed like a card like way back. Like a one card answer to that entire situation that could have won the game. And they opted not to do it, just to show up a really cool combo play. Like, hand it to the writers here.
Yeah, their fight choreography is pretty good this season, so I can be upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good fight, and you know the final like scenes. It's weird. I really, now I think about it, I don't think I really have much to say, which is weird. No, I think what it is like the fact that Naruto was able to save Pika and get her out of there, but it basically cost him. It basically was like we said, like he basically became the power source now.
Right.
And now everybody.
We don't know exactly if she's saved.
I feel like she's saved. I think she's gonna be.
I mean, she probably is.
I think she's gonna be more like a mix between. I think her personality now is gonna be in a mix between Pika and Sakura. Now that both now she's kind of like come off craziness a bit.
But basically just Sakura, because Kika didn't have much of a personality at all this season. Let's be honest.
You're not wrong, but
it was just Naruto.npv. Oh wait, Top Black? I don't know. How do you like your audio?
Definitely Kika's personality was lacking, but she needs to be what she needs to be for the story to advance.
Yeah.
So
I feel like they just went with the reveal that what's his name? Enjo's clone. It's like, alright, they just went and said it. Thank you.
wait, I said that?
No, I mean, the show said it. I said it too.
No, I'm talking about. I predicted like, yeah, no. I think we both predicted like, yeah, no, he's definitely a clone.
You know, I like that the show just said, yeah, he's a clone. Yeah, we're going with this direction.
Yeah, which is interesting. It's kind of like a weird thing that like he didn't really get much screen time in the back half of the show. Outside, he only appeared episode 6 and then wasn't there until the final like fights. So like I kind of wish he was with the main crew a bit.
Don't worry, all right. He'll get his time to shine in season 3 Code Red.
Oh yeah, that's right. They announced that season 2 is called Build Divide Code White.
Like we're continuing down this lane. Being a Code Red and then a Code Blue, probably starring Sakura. Probably.
Yeah, because Code White is pretty much prepping up the face to say, I get my wish, more Hiyori. Seems like she's the main character of Code White.
Yep.
Which
we're just passing the main character ball between everyone not named Kika. Everyone else on that poster, you got main character season. Fine by me.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with it because, like I said before, like Yuri is pretty much one of the best characters in the show, and she only had one fight. She only had one fight, which is like no point for her gun getting stronger too. So this kind of feels like, all right, we're gonna now start building her up too.
She was the other POV character.
Which is fine. So this would technically be for the first time our first like non-weak sauce female lead in a while.
In an anime?
In a TCG anime, yes. Like not counting WeCross. Like this is like the first one.
Yeah.
If that is true, like if Fiori is the main protagonist of season 2.
Look, it's true. Let's be honest to ourselves.
About what?
About her being the main character. It's 100%.
I mean, yeah, I definitely say that 100% she's the main character for that season. I'm just also like, is it going to work? I guess the question is like, is it going to work? And what's the plot?
Right. If the plot's just gonna be, I gotta go do the thing to go rescue Terrata. It's like, all right, we're doing this again. You know, people lives. That's a good point. But I feel like the issue that TCG Anime have had, and when it came to female characters, it's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay. Why Yu-Gi-Oh?
Let's think about it for a second. How many trading card game anime have been chasing the shadow of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Pretty much all of them.
Right. And we all know Yu-Gi-Oh's not been the best for
Just
female
say
representation.
Just say it, it's been trash. Let's keep it a buck.
It's been trash. Terrible. And like, combine that with, you know, in most card game anime aiming for the shonen market, and that genre, like, demographic genre, whatever you want to call it, shouldn't sound real genre, deal with that later, also hasn't been the best when it came to female representation until like recently for the most part. It's not too unbelievable that we haven't seen too many female main characters for TCGs.
Which is kind of, it's like, no, oh wait, you're right. There's one. No, it doesn't count. I was gonna say, wait, but Vanguard technically did have Emmy, but that wasn't a TCG anime by normal definition.
Alfie became the main character, let's be honest, for like 2 seconds with our lives.
Yeah, you're right. She really wasn't the main character. It was really Ibuki and Suiko.
Yeah.
And then she got kicked out for Kai halfway through. But like, she was projected as like, hey, she's our main character. She's technically the main character.
Technically, but not really.
So like, sorry.
It's like Captain Planet, right? Like, the kids are the main characters, but then the Captain Planet's the main character, air quotes, that they market things around.
Oh, you're saying like
just comes in at the end and saves the day.
I hate how that analogy actually works, considering what the plot of If was. I hate that. But I could see like, yeah, it's just like if like the big like TCG anime is Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's gone 20 plus years without a female lead as like a main protagonist, a female protagonist, not a female lead.
The closest they got was Yuzu, and we all know how that ended up.
In both versions.
Yeah.
Yep. In one version, you fused your other 3 selves and then basically become a sacrifice. In another version, you become the protagonist's mama. And not in the way I think everybody would expect it.
Yeah.
I think like the best like written like female lead pretty much was Alexis for like the longest time. And I say that primarily because like Tori wasn't an actual fighter. Tori wasn't really an actual fighter. She was more like a Taya like clone.
The thing with Tori is her VA's contract outright says she had to be in every episode.
Wait, it did?
Yes. And so she was in every single episode of Zexal, despite not having an actual plot.
Interesting. But yes, like you had Tori be an analog, Zuzu's thing. If you want to talk about Yuzu, like let's talk about Aoi.
Or we can talk about Kiza getting slapped by Black Wings.
Again, I don't know if getting slapped by Black Wings is different than getting plowed into concrete twice. And then basically losing every fight you're in for the rest of the show.
Look. For as bad as all of that is, and it is all completely terrible, at least she still had a role. And he kind of says, yeah, she's part of the main group, the main three, the main four. Revolver sucks. Anyway. But the second Crow comes in with Dark 5 and starts taking charge. Like, oh, Akiza, right, you can't drive, can you? Yeah, here's Crow. No, he can drive. He can ride a motorcycle. Oh, scoot along, you're the extra now.
Oh, ain't that the point of them kind of like making her like, oh, well, she can now turbo do too?
They didn't do much with it.
Yeah, I think they just...
We suddenly had, Antimony. Well,
I mean, they also had... They did have Sherry too.
Okay, well, we got a new girl now. Kiza, sorry, yeah. We keep introducing these new characters as our extra. That's not you.
I mean, at least it's different than like Luna, who never fought until like the penultimate fight.
Yeah, they did nothing to build up Luna all that much.
She doesn't even have a real deck. Okay, we're getting off the base here, but that's basically to say like, yeah, no, it's not saying like TCG Anime is sexist. Mostly Yu-Gi-Oh for 6 seasons, but it is interesting how they haven't tried to do like a female MC. Now I get it. It's right. You want sales, and anything that isn't recross is pretty much like, oh man, we need these sales hard. Because recross is basically mostly like is pretty much a female-led show, from my knowledge. So that's one thing. But it could definitely be like, it could definitely have happened sooner, technically.
Recross also draws from Infinite Money Pool that is Dual Masters. They can do whatever it wants.
I suppose. But yeah, it is a thing. So I'm actually like really like happy. I enjoyed the finale of Build Divide really well. I just think there was like first, like somewhere in like the early middle episodes are kind of like, I'm kind of struggling to keep up here. But it closed out pretty strong. I say I give the finale like an 8. But I'd give like season 1 like a 7.5.
Yeah, that's fair.
What about you?
I mean, I mean, I could probably give this show as a whole like an 8 flat. I mean, I liked the first part of it. Even with all its like weird quirks. But the finale part was like really good.
Yeah.
Like, that entire last arc was like, woo! That's it, right?
At the very least now, like, there's actually like a plan to actually keep going for season 2. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for Build Divide.
Yeah.
It's solid.
And I feel like we're gonna have a lot more words to say on Vanguard.
Yeah. Because we gotta talk about, because unlike Build Divide, which only have 1 season, we gotta talk about both seasons of Vanguard, pretty much. And
we got a lot of things to draw comparisons to, with like 11, 12 other seasons of Vanguard.
Yep.
So that's a lot of seasons.
So that's it for Vanguard. I mean, for for Bills of Fight. Now we move on to Vanguard. And this is the final 2 episodes. The Donji versus I'll say Tamari. Donji versus Tai. Gosh, there's too many T's in this franchise. God. Donji versus Toya, and then Yu versus Mirai. And so we're gonna talk about the first fight. I liked it. I think the fight was perfectly fine. I think the fight was really. I think the last like 3 fights have been some of the best in the overdress so far. I think we've just had like an actual like they've had more kind of like interesting like outcomes and like how they're
last
written.
3 fights in Vanguard. I made this comparison before. It's like Kote versus Kai, right? In V. Where clearly they know they can make these fights good. They know. If they actually wanted to focus on the fights and make them look good, they could. They just choose not to.
I would
But
say
they could.
I would say they choose not to. I think just like sometimes it's hard to not just have like jank fights, but I think
Like if they wanted to, they can make some good fights.
yeah.
They just choose not to because, you know, Vanguard's more of a drama than a card game anime. Or at least it was until this exact arc in Overdress.
So let me get back to what I was saying. I think the 2 like most like I guess the most popular and the least popular character, I guess you could say, of Daybreak fighting is pretty like having that fight and having that like moment of realization of each other was really good.
Oh?
I also just like how Toya kind of like has to block Leonard, just that Donji just doesn't do a second attack on him again.
Like,
So like that,
really good character.
yeah.
It's actual card game stuff.
So it's like, yeah, no, I think Toya is like established. So it's like, yeah, no, you are in the. I won't say you're in the round table of the best Vanguard characters just yet, but you're close.
Yeah.
So, also, having Donji kind of like realize like, bro, I can't do it. I've tried
I'm done.
It's like I've tried so hard to be like to change, but it's like I really can't change.
Dude, the fight's just too good, man. I need the fights, man. I need the fights. I ruined everything because I need the fights, man. Donji, you okay, man?
No.
You don't get it, those fights. I need the fights.
So it's like, so he basically like talks to Yu, which Yu has one of the most like foreboding like looks in the entire like scene of the entire series in that scene where he's talking.
Yeah.
It's like, don't we all have like a bit of stuff we don't want to talk about? It's like, hello?
What are you hiding?
Like that was already weird, and then it didn't help that they had to hide the DSRs from us.
Alright.
Like, what's going on here? And they revealed that new Yu design, and it's like,
Okay. What's going on here?
yeah, it's just so weird. I feel like we are really like missing some context here, which
Yeah.
I think that's also like a criticism of season 2 is like Yu still didn't really get any. Like he got development, but like it feels like we're missing something from do.
They're building up to a lot of stuff, but they're not like they're not like trying to stick the landing yet. They're like, all right, we're gonna like wind things up, we're gonna keep winding up, and then season 3 will actually start making the jump.
It's pretty much just like we just need to get this season finale connected together.
We still need to keep shitting on Donji a little bit. Just give us some time.
So I let you know.
They did not stop this episode. It's like, oh, well, okay, son, you speak fine. We're gonna redeem him. Oh, no, he's just in too deep. Oh no, God no.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Is like the whole thing is like,
You ruined everyone's lives here.
You're the one.
Just for brawling, oh my God.
Yeah, it really is just like, yeah, no, they could have actually redeemed him. I mean, I would say redeem. Redeem's such a weird word in this situation.
Yeah.
Like, I won't say like redeem because like he didn't really. Like, I don't know what we're redeeming him from exactly. Like his flaws.
Right.
I think it's like
justifying is almost a better word.
Yes, justifying Donji. Like they don't try to justify his actions. He basically like I didn't have to find a way to fix it myself.
I got nothing. I got nothing, bro. You guys fix my problems, please.
And it kind of comes down. It's like I realized like I tried to fix it, I couldn't fix it. I left it. I can't run. And I tried to come back and fix it, but I realized I'm not the person right now who needs to do it. Someone else has to help me, and that's fine. I think that's a lot of people were like criticizing that of like, I don't like it that Donji's not gonna like try and fix the problem himself. But I think what's trying to be is they're like, no, I think it's like the issues of the Mirai family combined with Haruka's like shielding of Mirai, a shielding like Mirai, and then Donji dying / now coming back realizing that she didn't lie. That's a lot of damage that I just don't think it wasn't what she needed to get from. She needed someone who honestly came to her and was like, hey, I just want to talk. Let's just talk. Let's get things out in the air. Let's keep things right.
Right.
And that's kind of the point of Yu was in this final fight, which we'll move on to 25, was just like, you just need to be honest. Just be like, hey, I want to be your friend. I'm not here to like do anything. I'm not really here to make a mess. I
might be a psychopath, but hey,
I might secretly be a psychopath, but
look, man, there's a lot of relationships with them not being quite right. Except in episode 25, I'm like,
yeah, I'm like, what are we about to do?
But, all right, so everything's on the line. Your team's gonna be destroyed. My team might be destroyed. Everything's gone wrong. At least 2 people have been knocked out so far. And you're just over there laughing. What's wrong with you? She's got a point.
Yeah, it's true. It's kind of like, that is true, but it's also like, well, I'm having fun. I'm having fun having a fight with you. Right? Mirai needed someone different than her actual like family. She didn't need Haruka or Donji to like. She didn't need Haruka to protect her. She didn't need Donji to come back and try like fix everything. What she needed was someone who.
Sociopath.
She needed a friend. This is cliche, but she needed a friend. She needed someone who actually like who could like just honestly like talk to her, not just treat her as like a child. Right? She needed what old Donji was to her in a sense.
Right.
She needed what Donji was, not what Donji is or became. Because Donji had changed too.
Of Donji.
Yeah, the idea of Donji, not Donji himself, was the way to fix that situation.
Donji himself is.
Because Donji himself is a broken like
mess.
Broken mess now. It's like, yeah, he brought fun to everybody. It was like, I only did that as like it's kind of like
surrogate.
Yeah, surrogate.
Proxy.
Selfishness. Whatever you want to call it, right?
So I created Vanguard Fight Club entirely so I can do Fight Club shenanigans as a substitute for the actual Fight Club stuff. I mean, I get my rocks off too. Please understand, everybody. I dragged you all in here so I can get my rocks off in Vanguard Fight Club.
Okay. Out of context?
Yeah. No. It's a perfect context for Donji. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. Anyway. Continue.
Go into the Ray fight, and the fight has like probably like one of my favorite endings to a fight. And again, people were kind of like, man, I didn't really feel like that fight was good. It ended kind of boringly. It's just like vanilla Vanguard, and it's like, well, that's kind of the point, right? Like some people just like kind of like, I'm not saying like to be disrespectful, like some people just kind of like, I want the flashy stuff. Where's my super animation? Where's all my stuff?
You just got the flashy stuff and super animation.
Like literally, like a scene before, we literally just had Bahar Nirvana and Esperado flying in the sky like a Gundam fight. Like, I don't know what else you needed. But to me, the whole point of it was
it petered out like an actual fight.
Yeah, it's kind of like this. It's like when Mirai and Yu finally connected with each other, it reset the game. It was like a reset.
Yep.
It's like there was no orders. There was no like super like powered crits, boosted power. It's just like, yeah, it reset it back to classic Vanguard, a baseline Vanguard. And it's meant to be like that to represent that Mirai Benet had actually like understood what Yu was trying to say, and finally got it. She finally got it, and it felt like a new beginning. So it's like, okay, well now we're back to just the start.
We're so back at the start. The main character's gonna have his own sicko mode arc. We're going back to the beginning.
That wasn't what I meant. Like, the sicko mark's supposed to be in between the first two seasons. So, alright, so the fight ending with Trickstar getting the last hit was nice. I liked how they didn't really disband Daybreak, and instead they went like, okay, well, we're gonna redo all your banners, we're gonna apologize, we're gonna fix everything as much as we can and try and fix from there, right? A nice atonement, like, and it's not just that, it's like also like Donji is still gonna like stay with Daybreak. I think that's also another thing too, is like the fact that Donji is still gonna stay a member of Team Daybreak, but like he's not like kicked out thing. It's kind of like a good thing too, right? It's kind of like a really like good like thing, because it's like you know, the legacy he built with Blackout is still there and he's allowed to be there, but he's also going to do what he should have done and, you know, help Mirai, help her out, help the team and everything. And this time he's got two support bases to work on and try and fix himself as well. So I thought that was like, you know, it worked as like a nice cap off to the story that had been built since episode 1. Kinda.
Yeah. But then also around the dialogue, it's like, oh, okay. I feel like that final scene with Yu and Donji facing each other could have been great. If it wasn't for Megumi and Mirai suddenly showing up, walking like, yeah, so not you kid, right? Yep. He's gonna be transferring evil. Yep. Mm-hmm. We're still about that kid, isn't there? Yep. We gonna do anything? Nope. Cool.
Like, what we're gonna do? I
don't know. I mean, it's strong like all of us. Probably going to be. He's gonna kick all our butts. Yeah. We can't do anything, can we? Nah. But they already gave up.
So.
Started.
Pretty much it.
The post-credit scene.
Oh yeah, the post-credit scene with the camera in Masanori's tie leading to a giant like observatory. And that's just how we end.
I'm telling you, Masanori is actually part of the CIA.
Oh, what?
Think about it. He just shows up in a region, out the blue, mingles with powerful people in the population, and then immediately sets out to destabilize the region while working for various groups within it. He's the goddamn CIA.
I would never put that together.
But it kind of makes sense in context now if you think about it. Like, think about it. He didn't even mention his goals in season 2. He just destabilized the region. He even had a fake backstory about being a monk. To blend in.
Listen, I'd rather just think of him as this like evil Giguk, and not just go into like some theory of, oh, he was actually like evil the whole time. He was actually evil the whole time. He was only pretending to be something.
I mean, people have compared him to Chaos Breaker before. Kind of works out.
I swear, I'm tired of you.
Like he's having Maddie lost. He's just like, Well, she said she's gonna defeat me and stop my evil. I'm just gonna chill here, lay down a bit, chill. I've already won. Can't stop my chaos. Telling you, CIA. Alright. How do you want to conclude this?
Yeah, I don't know. You just made everything weird. I have no idea how we go past this. I guess what I can talk about more so than like Build Divide was, I think the difference between, so I posted on Twitter that my final like thoughts on overdress was, I wish season 1 wasn't as messy as it was, because I feel like they really did have something. And I also said like I also want to go back and watch it again to just like see like what the main plan was, now that we know how season 2 ended. But I say like, if it was for that, I'd probably rank this a bit higher, because I think this season 2 was really good. I give it a 7.5 same build. Because I think season 2 really carried a lot of the ideas season 1 wanted to do. Fact,
Right.
I'm still working. I'm still like gonna go back and rewatch to be like, okay, is there like a can I make like an abridged version of overdress? Like people just kind of like either watch and see, kind of like based
Hmm.
on what was important in season 2, everything. Because it's gonna be hard. Because season 3 might have some of the stuff that wasn't in season 2. I mean season 1 actually be relevant. I doubt it, but it could be.
Right.
Um. So when I get to, when I think of, I guess the question is like one. I think my answer for one thing is like I think overall I think you need both parts to really like fit together. Kind of very similar to like G Next, not G Next, like Gears Crisis and Strikegate, whereas like both of those like really do fit together. But that actually is a pretty good comparison, right? Gears Crisis and Strikegate, whereas like you had a lot of stuff that wasn't just like it was kind of like slacking off, not slacking off, but like it seems like we have a goal, but like what's the point of this goal? And then you have Strikegate, which is like all the plot hidden.
Right.
So it's very similar to that in a sense.
Kinda. I also feel like Gears Crisis and Strikegate benefit heavily from having a season before that.
That is also true.
Which sent like shockwaves into those like.
But I'll say this. I'll say this about overdress season 1, and it's kind of like something I'm gonna work on to like probably do a video like on a review about it. Is like I realized something that what was missing with season 1 of overdress, and that was
protagonist.
No, and that was there wasn't a goal. There wasn't a actual like end result, at least a starting like goal. It's because if you look at every like starting Vanguard series, I think almost with the exception of the very first one, there was a goal to what the main character was supposed to do in some way, right? Like let's look at like excluding season 1, we'll get to that. You had Asia Circuit. The whole thing was Aichi needs to find out what happened to the Royal Paladins and Shao Paladins and Kagero, and it's told like, oh, here's the Asia Circuit, and it's like, oh, I need to find Takuto to figure out what's going on. So that's the. Then you had Link Joker, which, even though the end goal of that season was fight the aliens, had a small little goal of, well, we made a card fight club. Okay, well the student council doesn't want to exist, so well we're going to find a way to vindicate ourselves and prove that we deserve to be here. So that eventually led to the tournament.
You know, Zach, you ever wonder if the alien part of Link Joker was the exact moment the whale jumped over the shark?
We'll talk about that. I feel like that's actually an interesting discussion. It's actually a pretty interesting discussion. That might be for next week.
Alright.
Yeah, go rewatch all Link Joker in a week. In 2 weeks.
Wait a minute, no, next week's progression episode.
I mean, it's like 2 weeks.
Right.
So, so the thing is, like, this Legion mate, Kai, everybody's forgotten Aichi, except for Kai and a couple other people. So why did Aichi leave? What's going on there? You go to G. G is kind of like a weird one because there was like, well, what are you talking about? What's the goal there? It's like, well, the goal was originally for Chrono to get it was a smaller goal. It was right because they had made the FICA and the rank up system. He had to go on quests to get higher grades and learn the game. That's what happened.
Funny? How many people complain about the whole G plus FICA system in G, calling it useless filler, without realizing how much it ties into a lot of season 3?
It kind of culminates a bit into season 2 because of Mamoru's the Mamoru like realization of what was going on.
Like the entire G course is basically Ryuzu actually just pitching his perfect society thing and like field testing it. It kind of proved that could kind of work out.
That was something I didn't think about. But you know, so on and so forth. Like the whole, like even V series, like the first like main like goal was to fight NWO. That's why Q4 was created in that time. It was a mini arc that at least got everyone to not only get together, but also like explain why they're still together as friends, or, like get more comfortable with each other. That was the whole point of the arc, was kind of like not just slam into the Ren story immediately.
Right.
So I really do think that's like a really good thing. I really like, that's the whole thing that was, and like you look at that, and then you took a look at overdress season 1, and you realize there's no real goal. Like, what is you really working towards? He's not really working towards it.
And like the issue is,
so
he can say, well, the goal is to get, you know, you used to date, I mean, black guy, I mean, it's like, well, yeah, but he's barely in like most of the episodes. After like episode 3, there's like an entire time where you like barely a character.
Like, we just take a look. It's like what happens up until episode 6. Episode 1, Yu finds Vanguard. Okay, that's fine. Episode 2, Yu learns Vanguard. Okay, that's fine. Episode 3, Yu has a fight with some rando who starts a fight, who picks a fight because of the gang system, I guess you could say, which was never ever used again until the final 2 episodes, by the way.
Yeah,
the final 3 actually. So there's no build up on that when we actually got there. Like, I forgot they even had multiple like groups and bangs and whatnot until we actually had that scene of like the giant meeting. I'm like, who the hell are you people, and where have you been the entire show? We've literally fought each other.
Like, the gang stuff feels like it was a waste. Like, in hindsight.
Like, it feels like a waste in hindsight because they didn't do anything.
Well, even in season 2, all the gang stuff happened almost entirely off screen.
Well, no, to me, the gang stuff.
The banner.
Yeah, the banner stuff. To me, the issue is season 1 didn't do anything, so season 2, it didn't really matter because you didn't care. You cared more. It's supposed to be like a side piece to the overarching like Mirai Ine story and Danji stuff, but it didn't matter because you don't care about the other groups. You literally just met them 2 minutes ago at the end of season 1.
Right, but also consider this, right?
Hold on. Let me finish this real quick. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you go to episode 3, and you have that gang stuff. Episode 4, you have the wrestling episode.
That's 5.
Then what was episode 4? No, episode 4 was the lights are out and the area might get demolished. Let's try and save it.
There we go.
Let's try and like save it. Then episode 5 is the wrestling episode. Then episode 6, we finally get Toya back, and we have probably the best episode of the show at that point. And then episode 7, you get sick, and we spend an episode like healing him, which is like the only like real like connection between the only like first start of like Danji's arc. But then we do nothing until episode 10. We have that bad episode with Tamari and Megami. Then we have other jank, and then we come out to this finale, and then we get to like episode 10, and now we're like, oh wait, there's actually been gangs all around the Vanguard fight clubs, all around the actual like province that begin getting clapped by some random people. And it's like, wait, who? There's what? And it's like, we're having a giant team meeting. What now? You have a team, like, you have a conference? It's like, where was this? This sounds way cooler than what we've been doing for 5 episodes.
I'm gonna say something. The only way to redeem this gang stuff, and how terribly delivered it was, is if they reveal overdress actually takes place during the Vanguard Warring States period from Rive's flashback in Shinamon. That's the only way they're redeeming this gang stuff.
You do realize that means this is a prequel.
I don't care anymore. Make it a prequel.
How are you gonna have a series which its lore is now 36 years in the future be a prequel?
I mean, Earth isn't in the future.
To a prequel.
Earth and Kree have separate lores at this point.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be connected. Or at least they were. I don't know what's going on.
Alright, so here's what's happening here, alright? Overdress lore is a sequel to the G lore, but not the V lore. Things are already weird. So you know, screw it, make it a prequel. We're not actually touching the Kree lore this season, are we?
Oh, but it just be weird, no? I don't know if I like that. I feel like Rive. Sorry, go.
Look, the Vanguard fan base still can't get over G-Guards appearing that 1G flashback, alright? Anything they feel about time paradoxes, so I stopped caring. Just don't worry about it. Also, what Pico Lice is saying. Like, Vanguard has a million different time issues. What's one more?
Well, I think the difference is, like, this actually, like, changes the entire, like, I don't know, I was just kind of like, I feel like that just be, like, I don't know, I don't think it had to be, like, really well executed to do something like that, but I don't know, I just don't know about that one, Chief.
Fair. That's actually my main issue with the gang plot line and everything.
I feel like
is that there's 2 separate scenes in season 2 where they completely waltz all over it about Blackout going around restoring all these groups, taking all this territory from Daybreak, and doing all this cool stuff entirely off screen. You're just left going, changing this gang plot line, right? And the summit, and all these new characters, even just visually, and then you have the main characters solve all their problems off screen, and then the finale, they're just solved in a montage at the end. Why were they even here?
Yeah, I think that's also like another question. Like, what was the point of? I guess what was the point of having Masanori combine them all together? I think that could be due to season 3. I feel like if there's one way to fix this, it's going to be the T word. You know what I mean,
what?
Right?
No.
Tournament.
No.
Like,
No.
My issue with overdress kind of sort of right now is it feels like there's so few characters compared to how original Vanguard and even G like ended up being halfway through, right? Like, we had like some filler characters, right? I feel like we don't have filler characters. Like, we do technically have filler characters, but they're all on our side. We don't have like recurring like characters that are like, oh hey, we're here, hi, you know, we're just here to hang out and play some card games. Like, we don't have that right now, and I feel like that would probably help a lot in establishing the world itself and building this world, is if we got like more, you know, if we got more characters just being there, just, you know, fleshing out some of these teams, right? Like, imagine
Right.
like that one like female team like was just like a mix of like a Bermuda Triangle player, and like a couple other characters. But that's also an issue of, well, how do we like set these decks up too, right? That means we have to add in more decks or more like generic grade 3s to do so, right?
Right.
So it's like an issue more so with design at that point too. But I feel like you can do it.
I mean, I think it's the air gear problem.
What's the air gear problem?
You have all these like cool top street gangs and whatnot. It's like, alright, they're doing all this like underground stuff. It's like, yeah, but that's only except doing all this underground stuff. We're gonna have a tournament. Alright. Now all you people here and your cool stuff and your incognito thing, gotta do is sit down and get old fashioned tournament arc. Instead of any other thing to possibly be doing, tournament arc.
Well, the difference is like what was Air Gear? Was it like a sports series?
If you wanna call it that.
I mean, I don't know what Air Gear was. I never saw Air Gear. But I'm just like,
The rollerblading anime that was full of fan service.
never saw it. Never heard of it, really.
Shit, it's great.
But you know, if they want to do it, just simply, it's a Vanguard, right? It's Vanguard. You have to like at least do something, a tournament group or whatever, right? Like it could be more like the G Quest, right? Or like that part in G Next where it's like, oh, it's a bunch of characters fighting it out or something, right? And then you build on that and put into the season 3 plot, right? Like, say like
About Masanori being a CIA agent?
no, but like whoever like Masanori is working for, like, hey, we're gonna have a giant like tournament. Everybody come in. You now add new characters to the roster who get actual screen time. You know, that become probably fan favorites, right? Like Kote became a fan favorite despite the fact that man has not done anything plot related in the entire show.
Sophie and Leon pens aren't real, alright?
Don't let different fight here.
I'm sorry, different fight. Even you can admit it's some fake hype going on here.
Like some of the other like, I'm trying to think, like Kumi is not involved in the plot at all, but she's like really, really popular. Ren is popular. For a while, what's his name from the Narukami guy from the first season of G, he was kind of like more liked about at that point, right? Just someone, a character who just is there, and it's just you just have an episode of them showing their personality and having fun. Yeah, Takaru. Yeah, Takaru. Like you need characters like that, right? And overdress didn't really have that. You had a what's his name, the Hexalor player, and we had a Kane, but they didn't really do much, and they weren't really there. They were just kind of like side characters. But they were side characters in terms of like they weren't there. They were like just kind of more like background characters, right? They were more like Izaki than a Morikawa. Right? It's like Izaki is there, but everyone remembers Morikawa because Morikawa does stuff and has like moments where his personality shows up. Even if he's not part of the plot, his personality's there, and you can't really ignore that, right?
But what you're saying is, what overdress needs is that random person with nunchucks in that one martial arts movie that just shows up, blows their nunchucks around, gets punched by the main character, but they left an impression.
I suppose so.
You've seen that person like every action movie. They don't do much. They just show up out of nowhere, do some cool stuff, die, get a butt kicked. You recognize that clip on YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So I think that's pretty much it, right? I think to me at the end I'm more optimistic for season 2 than I was when season 1 ended.
Right. Because I mean, OverDress finally resolved its big plot. One big plot. You already wasted calling something overdress for the title of an episode. They already wasted that. Like, season 3 has to go all in on the plot, I feel like.
Yeah.
Just get right into the beat of it. Actually make you the main character of the season. Like some weird accessory.
I mean, whatever they do, I just want you to actually I just want you to get more focus. Because I feel like the ending of this season could have hit so much harder if we had more Yu time to develop. They tried to do a lot in the startup of season 2, but again, season 1 wasted so much time.
Right. And then season 2 was basically Donkey versus Toya. For the most part.
Again, 7.5. I'm cool with season 3 happening. Let's get it. Please, God, just don't make that 10th anniversary set just be a bunch of terrible encounters and just waste all the momentum.
If you want filler characters, encounters are a good way to do it.
No, because encounters imply characters who used to exist. What do you...
Just have a bunch of new filler characters who look slightly like the old ones. Use them in a tournament.
Okay.
I mean, we had Kai voicing a Vanguard commercial in overdress. Don't forget this.
I mean, I'm still on the theory that probably they're gonna do some. Oh, the original Vanguard was a anime in this timeline.
It works for Macross. Every previous Macross entry is just another movie that takes place that came out in the current Macross season. Then that's how that works out.
I'm not. I'd rather just watch Macross only.
That's the kind of explanation. Everything's a movie.
Anyway, what would you rank season 2?
7 out of 10. I'm still not liking Megumi. I'm sorry. No, I'm docking 0.5 points just for that.
Fine. All right. I think that's pretty much the end of everything. What you got going on this week? Not including the progression.
That's a good question. I mean, my schedules have been completely erratic. Like, it's one of the things where I don't feel like advertising most of my streams anymore because they're just fine, whenever. I really do. I mean, unless I can drag you in to play some gay roller on stream tomorrow, it might just be getting over it. Or hopefully anything else that comes to my mind, because boy do I do not want to be playing getting over it tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll see what I feel like. I don't know. I said I was gonna do it, but I was like, I'm tired. And now my AC is acting up, and there's no cold front around in a while, so it's like it's gonna be just more frustrating. I don't really stream on Mondays because too much stuff I actually want to watch. It's hard to fit in that tight schedule.
Right. And I have like no anime I'm interested in this season. Kind of sucks.
Yeah, and basically I'm just like stalling for AOT. So that's, I don't know. I'll probably put something out probably Tuesday about if I'm gonna do anything. So that's pretty good. Yeah, that is pretty much I don't have an ending.
Yep.
Yeah. I just realized I still have not finished the actual ending. So that's for later. But no, that's pretty much it. Next week progression series. We'll also talk about probably like if we need to like change the scheduling on that or not, but we'll talk about when we get there.
Yep.
All our socials are gonna be in the description. Hey, I'm gonna try this out. I don't know if you stuck by the end. First off, thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Follow us on our socials. Come into the streams when we do them. And like and subscribe on our channels. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye.